let's see what Chris is up to. It looks like he's back at work. He's going to be talking about Flat Earth again. Chris, for those who don't know, is a flat earther. He lives in, I think, upstate New York. Is it even upstate? I don't know. Where does he live? No. Does he live near the city? I know he's talked about the city. I forgot where he lives. Somewhere in New York. I don't remember if it's like on the in like suburbs of New York or if it's somewhere upstate. Oh, he's in Westchester. Okay, thank you. Sorry, he's in Westchester. So he drives a van for people in like wheelchairs and stuff. I don't know if he's like a private contractor or if he works for a facility or a private company or something. Doesn't really matter. But often he'll make these videos in his vehicle, usually his private vehicle, but it looks like he's back in his work van. And now he's gonna talk to us about Flat Earth and why we're all stupid for thinking the Earth is a globe. So let's check it out.
I can't listen to that shit anymore. Good morning, good evening, good...
Oh, he's mad. This is gonna be a spicy one.
Good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County at 72321. And I am just... a couple things I just want to review with you, okay? Today's a Friday. Where is Waldo? Do you know where he is?
I found him. God, I wish I actually... Where... Do I still have that picture somewhere? Hold on. Give me one sec. I'll find Waldo for you. I found him. This is me a long, long time ago. If you can tell. Anyway.
I know he gave out a speech. It was a long one.
I know my dead name was showing. It's fine. People know my name. It's in public legal documents from that court case we had years ago, so it's fine. I don't like people calling me it, but I don't care if people see it. It's whatever.
So you won't be seeing him for a while, but pretend like you're in a 101 business class, okay?
Was I working with Jake then? Yeah. Jake might have taken the picture. Honestly, I don't remember.
And I'm the professor. What?
You're the professor? No, sir. I am the professor. The definite article, you might say.
Is good for business. For any business, for that matter. Well, one, it's to have people work for you.
Kirthan says, I'll be taking that. Becomes the stream boss.
What's not good for business? Not having people work for you. And that's what they have done. Okay? I just found out that they're trying to extend this unemployment bullshit until December.
Okay, pay people more if you can't find employees. If you can't compete with unemployment, which is the absolute bare minimum, then you aren't paying people enough. And if you can't afford to pay your employees more, then you have an unsustainable business model. You don't have a right to own a successful business. If you can't pay your employees reasonably, then you have a failed business model. Period. Tucker White says, get the fuck away from my lead, Kirthan, with 30 bits.
December. Everywhere I go, there's help wanted signs. Everywhere. Every single restaurant I go to, there's a help wanted sign. I just have lunch in this place.
If the only reason people are working for you is because they're incredibly desperate and have no other choice or else they'll die, then you're shit. Then no one should work for you.
There's another help wanted sign. Everywhere. There are 9 million fucking jobs out there, and there's nobody there to fill them. Why do you think that is? Okay? Why? Why would you go to work if you're being paid? They're actually making you feel guilty for something else, too. And you know what I'm talking about. Because they're collecting all this money, And they're making people feel guilty by collecting this money, so why not take the next step?
What are you talking about?
Of something else. Because it's good for you. But don't you see what they're doing?
I genuinely don't know what he's dog whistling at there. He's being vague even for a conspiracy theorist.
The chessboard is ready. And every move they make, they're winning. And they're making a lot of moves left and right, if you know what I'm talking about. I
don't. I'm very confused. Towing24 says, the free market, sarcastically. Mike Mack says, because of anti-mask, anti-vax Karens like you.
They're fucking zombies.
Goth Geek Gaming with a link says, check this out. Why do people not want to work in the service industry? I have no idea. Oh yeah, someone tipped $1.33 on a $134 bill and says, get a real job. This person doesn't tip and says, I give God 10%. Why do you get 18? It's just a whole thread of people getting shit on customers. Throw drinks and food at me. Had a grown man throw his drink and bruised my back. Can I press charges? Another person, not, you know. You get it. Service workers get treated like shit on top of being paid the absolute bare minimum. Don't be shocked that people don't want to do it unless they're about to fucking die if they don't. Tucker White says, shit wages, Chris, when 50% of jobs pay less than $15 an hour. That's why, and even $15 an hour now is too little.
Zombies. I mean, there's just zombies all around me. I don't even know if I'm around real people anymore. I really don't. I just don't. I mean, it's...
my pronouns are she, her. Thanks for asking.
Remarkable. Shit.
You prefer CC when he's in arm's reach of his wife? I agree. She puts him in his place.
You're not going to get any of these people to go to work if you're doing this. Okay, that's bottom line. They're just not going to go to work.
It's weird to me, too, when you have, like Chris, to my knowledge, I don't know if he, in fairness, I don't know if he owns this. Maybe he is a capitalist in the sense that maybe he works for himself and he bought this van and he's using it and like just doing stuff on his own. Maybe he is, in which case I understand his position more. But especially if he's like working for a company, it weirds me out when people who are being exploited by the system defend the system and are mad at other people in the labor force for standing up for themselves and trying to bargain for a better deal, better pay, benefits, whatever. It's crabs in a bucket mentality. It's terrible for everyone. This is why unions are so important, and solidarity of unions between each other is so important.
That's great. So where does that leave it?
I missed bits. I'm sorry I keep doing that. I'm really sorry. Nick says, conservatives always whining about how small businesses are hurting, but not when employees are hurting. I know, right? Mike Max says, so conservative.
That leaves us trying to hire an electrician and waiting 3 weeks for him to show up when something needs to be fixed. That means anything that you order online, the manufacturers can manufacture it, because every small business is suffering right now.
Okay, pay people more. Rich people should take less in salary and benefits because they're already making a ridiculous amount, and instead give some of that profit back down to the people who actually make their company run. Then people will want to actually work there. Like, I worked at McDonald's for years. It was a shit job. I would absolutely never go back. Ever. Ever for what they paid. I think I got paid like $10 an hour back in the day. It was shit for the work. I've never worked harder than when I've worked at a McDonald's. It's just constant bullshit. It's hot. It's shitty. The management is terrible and rude. This is how the market works. If you want to worship at the foot of the market, which is fine, and I'm not even anti-market, I think markets are a tool in the toolbox of the economy, right? I think they can very well be a good thing. And in this case, yes, if you can't find people willing to work for the wages you're offering, then your wages aren't high enough. Pretty simple. Sky Comet Fallen says, offer applicants more money and they'll accept your job offer, you stupid asshole. Right? Roblum says, I think millennials and anyone who has worked in service tip reasonably high because we've been there. Daddy Sume says, speaking of a bucket of crabs, there's a link. Sarah says, I've experienced a phenomenon, and so far my theory holds true. When there's a group full of submissive bottoms interacting, they will instantly form a hierarchy, but it's a tentative bucket of crabs. No one is allowed to climb out. They get dragged back. What the fuck? Sarah has like a weird cat boy harem in the MMO she plays. And I don't know what that's all about, but I hope she enjoys her cat boy fiefdom. Whatever the fuck is going on with it. I thought about, for a while, I was questioning, I was like, Sarah and Randy and some other people play it, and I was thinking about getting the game and being like, maybe I'll play, maybe I'll try and be social, maybe I'll try and interact with them more, because Sarah's great, Sarah's a friend of mine, but we don't, hang out often, we don't talk a ton, and I was like, I want to get to know Sarah better, and, be closer friends. So I was going to get the game, and I was like, I don't want to be part of this, cat boy harem shit. Hey, I hope they have fun. That's a can of worms I don't need to be within a mile of. Strompoli for Wi-Fi says, are Samuel L. Jackson's pronouns this, that, as in this motherfucker, that motherfucker? Tumak Von Raven, thanks for gifting a sub. Is Sarah accepting new recruits? You'd have to talk to her. I don't know.
Every single one of them. I've been working double time. Everybody from the hospitals are now going to work double time, especially if they mandate something that you know about down in the city at some certain hospital. If they mandate that, then they're fucked. They're going to lose 20, maybe 40% of the people that are working in the hospital.
That would suck, but those people should not be working in a hospital if they're not willing to get a vaccine. It proves that they are not intelligent enough to be working on other people. Quite honestly. Tea with Goblin says, my partner and I used to work in a shitty board game shop. Our manager was peak capitalist boomer who treated his employees like shit and sexually harassed all the women. When we tried to take him to task in the Fair Work Commission, he told us that we were just too left-wing and to want to work. I think he and CC would get on. Towing24 says, CC might want to learn just-in-time lean business strategy. Then he's understand how workers have been downsized, getting fucked over, and now because they slashed workers to the bone, how the whole chain is fucked. A symbolic symbol, thanks for gifting a sub, and we are at 85% of level 1 of the hype train.
Which means the people in the hospital are going to have to work double time. Okay? You know what that means. That means no more family for you, working weekends. You see what they're doing? They're trying to destroy every small business that's out there. And that's what they're doing. And that's what they've been doing. And that's...
Start a rival harem? I can't compete with Sarah. I'm not going to do that.
It's their chest move. Because the board is set. It's ready to go. They've got everything where they want it right now. In every state. New York State isn't the only one that's fucked up. I mean, we're just name it. Okay? They've got all of the people in the chairs, at the desks, doing what they have to be doing. All right. I mean, there's just so much to discuss about it. I could talk for like 3 hours about it, but what's the point? Nobody notices it. Nobody notices at all. Nobody cares about the board.
How does not wanting to be underpaid affect hospitals? He jumps to a different topic. Now he's talking about healthcare facilities and hospitals that are mandating vaccinations for employees, and if they don't, they're being let go, which is a good thing, in my opinion. And he's saying that's bad.
Nobody cares about shit anymore. Everything's where they want it. It's
Hydrate.
Perfect. Okay? Now we're just going to have to wait for the next one. What is going to be the next step? Because it's coming. It's right around the corner. And I don't even want to fathom what it's going to be. Why? Why does it matter? A lot of people ask me that. Why does it matter? What do you care about Flat Earth? What do you care? Flat Earth is stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Why would they be lying to us? And if they are, why would it matter? How does that affect us?
Yes, those are all reasonable questions phrased sarcastically. Tea with Goblins, thanks for the gifted sub, bringing us over to the level 1 hype train.
How does that affect us? Well, let me just give you a brief explanation of how it affects you.
I'm excited for this. Towing24 says, Chris, if you're so butthurt about New York State being a functional state, fuck off and move to Mississippi and get COVID, you clown.
One, there is a God. Okay, yeah, that's right. There's somebody who created this.
That's always a weird thing that conspiracy flat earthers will say when you're like, okay, why tell us the Earth is round if it's flat? Who stands to gain from that? It would cost trillions of dollars over, centuries in order to make that lie proliferate. Why do that? Who stands to benefit? And they go like, to keep us from God and to make us think that there's no God. And it's like, well, then they're doing a terrible job. Like 99% of people on planet Earth believe in some religion or another. So that doesn't even make sense as a motive. Verigated says, I once had a terrible boss. He owned a small business and had less than 5 employees, yet he made a ton of money off what we sold. I got paid minimum wage, and he fired me when I had to take a medical leave because he was a degrading guy. Also, he was gay and didn't believe in being bi or trans. Whack. Yeah, what a fucking asshole. Tucker White says, wait, now we're on Flat Earth? How does that in any way connect to low wages? He's obsessed with Flat Earth. He tries to connect it to everything. 25% of the level 2 hype train, with 3 minutes left.
He or she,
Let's get to level 5 today, people. I believe in us.
or whoever it may be, created everything around you. Okay? Everything. Which means every institution, every religion, every school, everybody in office, it would be done. Reset. Everything. The market, done.
Why? Again, like, why though? Why do you think it would reset governments and the market if we were like, oh yeah, the Earth is flat? But like, that would be an issue of the lie in the first place too, even if it did, right? So like, why start the lie? That doesn't explain. That's not an answer to the question that's being asked. NetCirc, thank you for gifting 2 subs, and Bitter Grin, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Appreciate it.
Okay? When people finally realize that the Earth is flat. When they wake up. These zombies wake up and they figure out that the Earth is flat and they've been lied to, and they start researching it, and then find out that there is a God who created all this.
Most people, again, in the United States are Christian. Most people in the world are religious. They already are, Chris. Bumble Homestead, thanks for gifting a sub, and Bellstar with 100 bits says, eat the rich, we're at 28% to level 4 with 4 minutes 20 seconds left. Nice. Nick says, wake up, sheeple, wake up, sheeple, wake up, sheeple. Wake up! Make up! Table!
See, when I first got into it, it took me a couple of weeks once I knew that the Earth was flat. Okay, once I studied all of the shit from NASA, once I studied all the shit...
He studied all the shit from NASA? That's impressive. Someone get this man a doctorate. Tea with Goblin says, solve the trolley problem. Use the hype train to run over the chuds.
That's going on, period, in the world, that things just don't seem right. And I put one thing to another thing to another thing and connected it, and I'm like, wait a minute, fuck. Not only are they lying to us, but they're hiding God. All right?
Again, they're doing a terrible job. Christianity is the, biggest religion in the world. E-Tune says, I might finally be getting somewhere with moving out, but the renter is a moderate conservative who might not be okay with me being me. Probably gonna bite the bullet and move in, though, because my current house has literally no AC. Well, I wish you luck with that. Alexander OV, thanks for 30 bits. Jude McLeod says, choo-choo, next up, level 5. Do I get a lot of chuds? They come in here occasionally. I cover chuds a lot, so it does come up. People do come in and, say some not very nice things about me, but it happens. I have good mods.
This is God. God is all around you. God created all of this. We're standing still for a reason. We're covered with a dome for a reason. All of this has been created by God. Okay? And that when you figure that out, and you realize that, you figured out everything that's been hidden away from you.
Chris, you can be a Christian and believe in the Christian God and not be a flat earther. The vast majority of Christians, not only today, but through all of history to the beginning of Christianity, knew the earth was round. Towing24 says, CC talking so much about the Bible, but if you point out Jesus was a socialist, he'd run away screaming. Tucker White says, NASA's hiding God? Damn, either NASA's hella powerful or God sucks at being an all-powerful deity. Little column A, little column B. 44% to level 4. With a little under 2 minutes. We gotta do it today, guys. Level 5, okay? We're gonna do this. We're gonna huddle like sports teams do. I don't know what they do when they're in the huddle, but after they leave the huddle, they seem to be more confident. So that's the mood I want. Nick, thanks for 44 bits.
Lies and all the bullshit and all the nonsense. These zombies out here, they're zombies. Don't pay no attention to them. They don't know what's going on. They don't even care. There's no way of getting through to some of them because I don't even think they're real people.
Here we go again with the dehumanization of people who don't agree with them. Very consistent thread. Not good. Keirthin with 200 bits, thank you. Jude McLeod, thanks for gifting a sub. Alexander OV, thanks for gifting a sub. Appreciate it.
Be honest with you. I really don't.
I Fight for Them, thanks for gifting 5 Tier 1 subs to the community, bringing us over level 4. And Steve with a Q says, hugs. The huddle is all about the hugs.
I can't even, there's some things I can't even say, but I can't even say that. But, I mean, it's like, this one's a zombie, that one's a zombie, that one I can't even talk to, because he's so fucking far gone that I can't even entertain a thought of explaining shit to him.
Moira Sama with 100, Variegated with 50, and Jody Girl with 100 bits. Thank you. 93% to level 5. We might just do it. Here's what concerns me about Chris and his job. So like I said, and like you can see, Chris runs a service or works for a service. I don't know if he owns it or if he's just an employee that moves people who are in wheelchairs for one reason or another from place to place. It's a transportation service for people in wheelchairs. Of course, not everyone in a wheelchair is immunocompromised, but there is a correlation between people who are wheelchair-bound and those who might be immunocompromised. I'm talking about the elderly in particular. If we're talking about people from, like, old folks' homes, elderly care facilities, people who maybe are in wheelchairs for other reasons, and maybe they have compromised immune systems because of other issues they have going on. He's not vaccinated, and he refuses to get vaccinated, and it concerns me that he's in a confined space with those people on a consistent basis. It concerns me very much. Nick, thanks for 100 bits. Bitter old ass broad says, hey Hannah and Hannah Knights, CC so extra chuddy and unhinged today. Good God, why can't he just fuck off? No idea. Jody Girl, thanks for gifting 2 subs. Strumboy for Wi-Fi, thanks for 30 bits. Says, excuse me, that was gross. Stromboli for Wi-Fi says, bits for my fellow prostate orgasmer. Towing24 says that rant about zombies is totally not about the fact that his kids will only talk to his wife and not him. Tucker White says, wait, what's this about entertaining thoughts? And then Simple Cat Girl says, my personal headcanon why some flat earthers believe proving flat earth is because that if it was real, then they could be a gateway for other people to believe more batshit crazy theories. Flat earth is the least crazy one. Oof. You might be right. We're at 153% of the level 5 hype train. Thank you everyone for getting us there. I appreciate it.
They don't know what to do. They have to be told what to do. It's almost like remember that movie Men in Black, the neuralizer. When he goes in and he gets his weapon from his old apartment and he neuralizes those people and make them think that there was nobody there and there weren't a bunch of weapons in back of them. See, everybody has been neuralized, okay? Because they sit in front of their TV and they regurgitate all the bullshit that they see on TV. And they don't even know what
as opposed to CC, who regurgitates all the shit he hears in conspiracy YouTube videos, which is much better.
Most of them. They just don't make any sense. And the scary thing about it is they don't realize.
Do bits help with hype? You bet they do.
Is that?
Bits and subs help with hype.
So you're talking about neuralizing somebody? Go ahead, put them in front of the boob tube for a couple of hours. They've been successfully neuralized, okay? You can tell them anything you want. And that's why flat Earth is so important. And that's why these people are so easily lied to. Okay, that's the reason why. It's because once you think you live on a ball spinning in space, once you think, and you're insignificant, you know, that there's nothing around, it's almost...
It always comes down to insecurity in some way, shape, or form, too. I find that interesting. A lot of flat earthers, I think, don't cope very well with the idea that we're just, like, little tiny people on a gigantic planet that's not even really big. It's a tiny planet on in a solar system, in a galaxy, in a universe. I think they have a hard time recognizing how tiny and insignificant humans are. Genuinely. I think it distresses them, and that's why they do this. Jude McLeod, thanks for gifting a Tier 1 sub. Von Tuck says, I wonder if this guy rants and screams about this crap to his patrons. Hopefully he goes into whisper, my wife is in the room mode.
It's like, you have to be told.
Sean. Is it Sean? Sean. No. Shaunothy Pop. Shaunothy Pop. Thanks for 100 bits. Says, this is my first bits thing. Well, thank you. 175% of level 5. Thank you, everyone.
What to do, you know? And that's what they've done. And that's why they've been so successful at what they're doing. And that's why the board is set, and every move that they make...
Is Russiagate a conspiracy theory? I guess it depends on what you mean by Russiagate. Tiger White says, to quote Earth, the book, we're nothing more than a zit on God's ass.
is a win for them. Until people wake the fuck up. And that's what they have to start doing. I just hope that people realize, you know, when they see other videos from Flat Earth, if they could even get through to them anymore, you know, what exactly the truth is and how powerful it is. And that it makes a big difference. So don't tell me it doesn't make a difference. It makes a world of difference. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos and making it a part of your life.
Do you think Chris is going to drive that van into people in public someday? Because I feel like he might.